One option that many of you will find extremely helpful and save a lot of time is by linking your Schoology gradebook to your Powerschool gradebook. So once we have our categories set up and our semester grade shown, I'm using an archived course for this purpose, we are going to go down on the left-hand side to the Powerschool icon. Now note, I have two sections for this AP Statistics course, and I can see them in Section 1 and Section 2. Here are all of the different assignments that I have currently successfully synced to Powerschool Gradebook. If you would like to set up your course to sync your grades, we click on the configuration page. It gives you a couple options. The first is to automatically shorten assignment titles, and then the second, which you'll have to click on by default, otherwise everything will map to a test by default, you hit customize grade mapping. Now, with this, there is something to be said. With our Schoology course categories, we can name them anything. So if you have formative assessment, summative assessment, that's fine. But these only will be able to map to the 4 names on Powerschool. So Powerschool limits what you can sync over to homework, quiz, test, and project. Those are the only 4 categories that will work. And you can see at the bottom it says, any Schoology categories that are not mapped to Powerschool categories will not be included in the grade sync. Assignments, tests and quizzes, and discussions associated with those categories will also be excluded. So these are the 4 things that they will be mapped to. Once you've set that up, and it's important to know, once you've set this up for one section and you have a courses linked, you have to confirm that your second section is also mapped to these same categories. Once that's done, you can go over to Sync Grades on the Powerschool page. You can hit Sync Changes, which will sync any recent changes to all of these assignments. If you want to individually sync a change for one quiz or assessment or a response, you can simply click the Sync button, and you can see that it says Queued. It says the last successful sync in the date category. And even more so, if you would like to sync your grades, let's go to that semester, from the gradebook itself, you can simply hit this Sync Changes to Powerschool button on your gradebook, and everything that was updated and changed will sync over to Powerschool. Simply switch sections. It will load the gradebook, hit Sync again. Now both sections for this course have grades that have been updated. It's always good practice to double check that the sync that you had from Schoology matches what's in Powerschool. So if we have our gradebook open and we're looking at this AP Statistics course, what allows you to tell if an assignment was synced from Schoology to Powerschool is this arrow icon. Also, an indicator is that the abbreviation is a numerical value. What you can still do, regardless on if it was synced from Schoology or if it was a grade that you entered in by hand, you can always change the category to better match your grades in Powerschool. Hopefully, many of you will find this a way to easily grade all of the assignments that you have created in Schoology and not have to double type those assignments on Powerschool. And as you can see, if we go to Show Inspector, this is the comment that was entered into this homework assignment from Schoology. And the student can see this in both Schoology and Powerschool. So for the students that get comments or missing assignments, this should save as much time as possible. And in the gradebook, again, if you don't want to include anything in the final grade, simply click the toggle that says include in final grade. It will be grayed out, no matter if it's still synced from Schoology or not.